And we see some moves now. That's on to Dixon into turn 7. Is that Kirkwood? We've seen this before, Townsend. Drivers getting pushed wide on the exit there. Dixon falling like a rock.
Massive penalty.
Contact.
This will be a big hit.
Dixon hard into the wall. One of the championship contenders is out and done.
Not sure who clipped Dixon, but it ripped the steering wheel out of his hand, if not broke the steering arm. And it's good to hear.
Yeah, I'm fine, man. The 27, fuck, man, that's the other dude just waste.
27 is Kyle Kirkwood, that Dixon was side by side with when he got pushed off into the grass. And then Dixon, so good to hear his voice, because that was a pretty big hit into the Armco. That's a steel, hard steel barrier on the back. So watch Scott Dixon in that orange and blue car. This is the start, though, as Will Power drafts up perfectly on Santino Ferrucci.
And that
Ferrucci knows he's there, James, gives him lots of room, and then gets a little squeeze there.
Little squeeze, and then he squeezes Pelot a little bit. Pelot doing a good job getting out of the throttle to avoid contact. That's what made him have to throw a little bit of a block on Grosjean into 4. You see Dixon all the way down the inside trying to make moves. There's Newgarden as well, fanning out 5 wide further back, but amazingly, no meaningful contact back through the grid. Grosjean using those softer alternate tires in a sea of primaries. And then here's Dixon. Pushed wide, cars going by. And you see
Pietro Fittipaldi cases it on that little apex curb kink, which is sort of the start of turn 8, the curved back straightaway. I'm sure Pietro had no idea that elevation was going to bounce him into Dixon. Race control will probably review that closely.
I think they're going to see it as probably a racing incident. And here's the thing, if he's a few inches further to driver's right, you don't line up the center of the tub on that curb. He probably gets away without getting the front end up in the air.
I don't agree with you, James. I think this is avoidable contact. Even if Pietro didn't know that the curb would do that, he's still the one initiating the move. He absolutely takes out Dixon. Dixon, a totally innocent victim in that situation. So it'll be interesting to see how it's called. Let's listen to the radio here.
No, because the penalty won't be until it goes green. I won't tell you. There's nothing, man. I did nothing wrong. He put me to the curb. What do you want me to do? Copy. We were just talking about it here, what the scenarios were. Everything's fine right now.
So that's the first we're hearing of a penalty coming officially once the green flag drops. That's assumedly a drive-through.
Let's hear from Scott Dixon after a very rare early exit with Georgia.
Absolutely. He's been released from the IndyCar medical unit. First, are you okay? And then second, can you walk us through the incident?
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, the 27, I think, caused all of that mayhem, to be honest. Just did a lunge and then gave me zero room on the exit, which knocked me off, and then you're trying to recover. And obviously, I think with, Fittipaldi, honestly, getting the penalty there, kind of no real fault of him. It was just the funnels there. But the penalty should have been on the 27.
Thanks, Scott.